Hi, everyone, and welcome back to our podcast. I'm your host, Soso, and today's topic is one that we all encountered, whether we realize it or not. Leadership. Think about it. Whether you're managing a team at work, leading a class project, or even organizing a group trip, leadership plays a crucial role. But what does it really take to lead effectively? We often think of leadership as something reserved for CEOs or world leaders, but in reality, we are all called to lead in our own way. So today, I'm joined by four awesome guests, Phoebe, Daniela, and Tusha, to explore what it means to be a truly effective leader. Guys, quick intro.
Hi everyone, I'm Phoebe. I've been in a few leadership roles in school projects, and trust me, I've learned a lot. Sometimes the hard way.
Hi, Daniela here. I study project management, so I see leadership from both the practical and academic side.
Hi, I'm Anne, and I think leadership is more than just being in charge. It's about inspiring people, which is way harder than it sounds.
And I am Tushar. I'm going to stir things up a bit today with the age old question: are leaders born or made? Let's find out today.
Before we dive into the traits and mistakes of great leaders, let's take a moment to explore why leadership really matters. Not just in organizations, but in our everyday lives. Leadership is more than a title. It's the ability to inspire action, create alignment, and bring people together towards a shared purpose. And in today's fast-paced world, where change is constant and collaboration is essential, strong leadership is needed now more than ever. Studies show that teams with effective leaders are more motivated, more resilient, and more productive. A great leader can make the difference between burnout and engagement, between failure and success. And here's something interesting. According to a recent survey, more than 70% of employees say their relationship with their direct manager has the greatest impact on their job satisfaction. That's a powerful reminder that leadership is personal. It affects real people in real ways. So as we go through today's discussion, think not just about leaders out there, but about your own potential to lead at work, in your community, or in your daily life. Alright, let's start with the basics. What even is leadership? Because some people think it's just bossing people around.
No, effective leadership is about influence, not authority. Pembroke defines it as guiding a team towards a common goal while motivating and supporting them.
Exactly. A leader isn't just someone with a title. If people don't respect or listen to you, are you really leading?
I think of leadership as helping others succeed. If your team is doing well, you're doing well.
But folks, isn't leadership sometimes about making tough calls? Like not everyone is going to be happy with your decisions.
Good point. Which brings us to our next topic. What qualities actually make a leader effective? Okay, before we jump into qualities, let's bust some leadership myths, because there are a lot. Myth 1, leaders are born, not made.
I used to believe that, but leadership is a skill, like cooking. Some people might have a head start, but anyone can learn it.
Totally. You're not stuck with your leadership level at birth. Even introverts can be amazing leaders.
Myth number 2: leaders need to be loud and charismatic. No, some of the best leaders I've worked with were quiet, thoughtful, and led by example.
Myth number 3. Leaders have to know everything. False. A good leader asks good questions and surrounds themselves with smart people.
Exactly. So let's keep those in mind as we talk about what really makes a leader effective. I've got a list of key leadership qualities here, and I want to hear your thoughts. First up, communication. Phoebe?
Honestly, communication is everything. If your team doesn't understand the goals, the task, or each other, things fall apart.
Right, but good communication isn't just talking, it's listening. A lot of leaders fail because they don't actually hear their team's concerns.
Also, clarity is key. Ever had a boss who gave super vague instructions and then got mad when you did it wrong?
Yes. So, tip number 1, communicate clearly and listen actively.
Next up, emotional intelligence. Daniela?
A great leader understands people. They know how to read emotions, manage conflict, and keep morale high.
And that includes self-awareness. If a leader can't control their own emotions, how are they supposed to handle the teams?
Exactly. Ever heard about a leader who just exploded under pressure? That's not leadership. That's a meltdown.
So, tip number 2: know your emotions and your team's emotion.
Alright, moving on. Decision making. Tushar?
Look, tough decisions are part of leadership. But if you can't decide, you slow down the whole team. But if you rush, you make bad calls.
Agreed. A good leader considers facts, risks, and inputs before making a move.
So, tip number 3: think before you decide, but don't take forever.
Next, adaptability. And
Things go wrong, always. A good leader doesn't panic, they pivot.
Exactly. Leaders need plan B, C, and D.
So, tip 4, stay flexible and roll with the punches.
last one, delegation. Phoebe?
Micromanaging kills teams. A good leader trusts their people.
Because if you try to do everything yourself, you will finally burn out, and so will your team.
So, tip number 5: delegate and trust your team.
Let's bring it to life. Can you each share a quick moment where leadership either went really well or not so well?
Okay, story time. One group project, our leader ghosted us midway. I had to step in. It was chaotic, but I realized being calm and clear helped everyone relax. That's when I saw how leadership affects energy.
My internship supervisor was amazing. She always asked for our opinions, even when she clearly had a plan. It made us feel respected and involved.
So, in my recent part time job, we had a manager who never gave feedback, good or bad. Everyone was confused all the time. So, I started giving my teammates small shout outs when things went well, and they appreciated it.
Once I messed up, I was leading a hackathon team and didn't check it often. Turns out, half the team was stuck, so we barely finished. And the lesson learned? Being hands off doesn't mean being absent.
Wow, love those stories. Real leadership is messy and we learn as we go. Okay, quick round. Different leadership styles. Which one works best?
I like transformational leadership. It's inspiring and pushes people to do their best.
Servant leadership is my pick. A leader should support their team first.
I think democratic leadership works best. Team input is key.
Look, sometimes you need autocratic leadership. In a crisis, a leader just have to take charge.
Lesson here, different styles work for different situations. And what are the biggest mistakes bad leaders make?
Micromanaging. It's exhausting for everyone.
Avoiding conflict. Problems just get worse if you ignore them.
Not giving credit. A leader should recognize the team's efforts.
I would say thinking that they know everything. A good leader is always learning.
Alright, final thoughts. What's the one thing every leader should remember?
Lead with communication.
Lead with empathy.
Lead with strategy.
Lead with confidence and stay away from arrogance.
Great leaders aren't born, they are made. Keep learning, keep improving, and you'll get there. As we bring this conversation to a close, let's take a deeper look at what truly makes an effective project leader. We've talked about leadership broadly, but when it comes to specific project environments, the game changes. Deadlines are tighter, stakes are higher, and the human factor is always in play.
Exactly. In my experience, the best project leaders lead with emotional awareness. It's not just about knowing the schedule, it's about knowing all your stakeholders. You should know when and how to motivate your people. When stress hits, some team members withdraw, others push harder. A good leader sees that and responds with empathy and intention.
And that ties right into clarity. In the chaos of moving parts, your team needs someone who can cut through uncertainty. Strong leaders communicate with precision. They keep people aligned, even when the goalposts move, because it often does. And the clarity builds influence. People trust leaders who can simplify the complex and stay steady in the unknown.
Another big one? Flexibility in dealing with different personalities. You might have a creative who thrives on freedom and a detail oriented teammate who needs structure. The ability to adjust your leadership style to match those differences, especially when they clash, that's what keeps a team cohesive, not just compliant.
So true, and while the PMI talent triangle emphasizes leadership as a core pillar, this goes beyond frameworks. It's the soft skills, I guess, the conversations, the coaching moments, the ability to build trust that determine whether people follow you because they have to or because you have earned their respect and influence through your actions. And that's the mark of a leader who is not delivering outcomes, but driving alignments too.
Well said. At the end of the day, project leadership is about more than delivery. It is about aligning the team with purpose, navigating complexity with empathy, resolving conflicts with maturity, and leading through influence, not authority. Thanks to everyone for sharing their wisdom. Before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Leadership isn't about being perfect, it's about being present. It's about listening, learning, adapting, and showing up for others even when it's hard. You don't need a corner office or a fancy title to be a leader. You just need a clear vision, empathy, and the courage to take initiative. To our listeners, ask yourself, how do I learn today? Am I supporting others? Am I open to feedback? Am I growing? Thank you so much to Phoebe, Daniela, and Antushar for joining this conversation. And thank you for tuning in. We hope this episode helped you see leadership not as something distant or intimidating, but as something you can build step by step. Until next time, keep leading with intention and don't forget, the best leaders never stop learning.